So our model doesn't have to be entirely built out of one mesh. To try and accommodate these teeth into our retopology mesh and keep it as a single object, we would need to have some pretty serious additional polygons in order to try and actually accommodate all those teeth. We don't want to do that. Instead, what we're going to do is I'm going to go to my Vox tree, which I have access to up here, and I'm going to hide the upper and lower teeth, and we're going to model those as a separate retopology object. Okay, so I'll do the gums here first. All right, so now let's move on to, actually let's tackle the teeth right now. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm actually going to hide the main body, and then I'm going to make a new retopo object. So I'll hit this new layer, and I'll just call this one teeth, and I can hide our original retopo object. And then in the Vox tree, I can bring back the teeth, and I can start to retopologize those on their own. I'm actually going to have to turn off symmetry for this. Now these are going to need to be really, really simple. Okay, so if the points and faces tool isn't quite working, see right there, it was unable to figure out a new face between all the points I drew. I can then go up to the Add Split tool. I can just click where I want my points to be, and then it'll draw a new triangle based off of that. And then I can use my Quads tool in order to draw the rest of my polygons. Alright, so there's a tooth. Now we could, there's a couple options we have at this point. We could manually make the topology for each tooth, for each subsequent tooth in this system, and that may or may not be easier for what I intend on doing. But one other thing you could do, just to show you guys more tools within Retopology Room, is if I go to Select, and I select Faces, and I just brush over all these faces to select them all. Because every single tooth is actually identical, we just changed their rotation and their scale. With these selected, I can then go to Clone, and then I can move it into position around one of the other teeth. And then I hit enter. And I'll go ahead and say yes, that I want it to be snapped. And then we get another tooth. Now the problem is this actually creates a new layer. So you'll need to merge those all into one group for organization's sake. And the way that we do that is I can click this button right here, this sort of 3x3 grid. That'll select every polygon on that particular layer. And then if I select teeth, the first one, I can click the icon just to the right of it to move those faces to this layer I currently have selected. So now they're both on the teeth layer. I can take teeth 1 and delete it, and then I keep them both on the same layer. And in this case, I think that's going to be faster than just manually placing every single tooth. So I'm going to go ahead and do that for the rest of the teeth. Okay, now that we have all the teeth in place, we can move on to the rest of the body. So if I bring back the first retopo object, and then also bring back the main body, you will see that we only have half of our main body, and that's because we turned off symmetry for our teeth. So I'm going to hide the teeth right now, and then I'm going to re-enable symmetry.